Hi beauties, welcome to the iMbali Beauty Salon channel, and in this video I will be showing you how to use the nail dip powder kit. So the kit comes with the base, the activator, the top coat. So the set doesn't come with a brush saver, which is a downside, but it's still a great kit anyway. And these are the colors that come in this particular kit. So this kit is kit number 3. So the colors are quite pigmented, and with the lighter colors you will see that some of the colors, once you apply the base and the activator, they become very pigmented. So don't be scared, the colors are brighter than they look. It comes with a nail file and a buffer and a dust brush. So this is basically all you would need to have you get started. So I will be using this color powder, and I will be using the color funnel, which I would use to do my dipping, because sometimes the containers of the powders are too small to fit the entire nail in, so it's always advisable to have that filtering system. I'm now doing the nail prep. So this is the most important part of any nail application. First, I would push back my client's cuticles, and then with a nail file I'd lightly shape the nail and also lightly file off the dead skin that might have stuck onto the nail plate. So I am lightly filing to the natural nail of the client to remove the shine of the nail, and I'm using the 180 grit side of my nail file. So once that is done, I have picked out the sizes tips for my client, and I'll be applying this glue to their nails. It's always important to make sure that the edges of the nail tip are stuck well onto the nail plate. So just make sure when you do stick on your tip that you make sure that the edges are also stuck onto the nails. So once this is done, I am going to cut the tips to the desired length. I don't want them to be too long, and I do cut them a bit longer than what my client asked, because once filing is involved, the nail will get a bit shorter. So what I do is shape the tip, and I'd lightly file the tip to remove the shine. So you'd want to remove the shine off the tip so that your base and your acrylic would stick better. So it's very hard for these gels to stick onto a smooth surface or shiny surface. Next, I will prime the natural nails of my client. And once that is done, I'm gonna go in with the base coat. So what I did with the first nail is that I first applied a strip from the middle of my client's natural nail and all the way down the nail. I later realized that these tips were quite thick, and when I was filing the tips I couldn't get the area where the tip meets the natural nail to be more flat. It's my first dip, so you want to leave the nail into the acrylic for a few seconds. Then you would just leave it for a few seconds before you dust off the excess powder. So what I'm doing here is applying the base. Once I'm happy with that, I will dip the nail into the powder, wait for a few seconds, and then remove the nail. Dust off the excess after waiting a few seconds, I'd say about 4 or 5 seconds. This will help the acrylic or your nail from smudging. So be a little patient with it. So while I was building up the nail, I realized that the bottom of the nail was getting thicker and the top of the nail wasn't as thick, didn't have the thickness that I needed. And just bear in mind, just be aware that sometimes you might miss the edges, so you might want to take extra care in making sure that you apply enough base by the edges so that the edges are covered. So here I'm just applying the base right at the top of the nail to build the nail from where the natural nail was. The nail does look a bit crooked, but that can always be solved with filing. So just make sure that the powder covers every part of the nail, and whatever has smudged or you've applied too much acrylic, you can always file off. So on the second nail, I decided to only cover where her natural nail is, just to build that part up. And once it has leveled with where the tip is, then I would start applying the base at the tip. So you can get any of the products that I am using together with this kit on the iMbali Beauty Salon website, or you can order them from Takealot. I will now do the rest of the nails off camera. So this is the final look. So this is once the acrylic has been laid. I'm just doing a little bit of cleanup. So this is how the nails look after the acrylic has been laid, and I'm pretty impressed. Next we're going to go in with the activator. Now it's very important that you apply the activator because you don't want to file with just the base of the acrylic, because it is just going to smudge. So the activator is there to harden the acrylic. I'd like to go in with 2 coats of activator, like 5 minutes in between. Then I test to see if it's hard enough, and once it's hard enough, I will then start my filing. So this acrylic is pretty easy to file, so you can either choose to file it with the 180 or the 100 grit filing. I don't like filing too long. I'm using the 100 grit side of the file. So what you can do as an extra precaution is once you have filed the nail, you can go in with the activator because sometimes the activator might have hardened the top part of the nail, and once you file you expose the bottom part of the nail, and that might be sometimes gooey and not hard enough. So as an extra precaution, you might want to go in with the activator after you have done your filing. Once it's filed and buffed, I am going to go in with a layer of the top coat. Now I wasn't quite happy with just one coat of this top coat because it looked a bit weird. So I went in, I left it to dry for about 5 minutes, and then I went in with the second coat of the top coat. And we are done. You want to finish off with adding some cuticle oil. And that's it, folks. Nice and easy nails that you can do at the comfort of your own home. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Bye.